we've taken this area as far as we want to for now. So we have it graded properly down to the edge of the pool and across, and now we want to stop. So we got the finished grade. Everything is sloping the way we want. This morning he's been working on tamping this down to make it tight, and we're good to go. So right here you can see it's a little bit of a jump, right? A little bit of a lip still. And the reason for that was you want a little material left. And the reason for that is, remember, there's going to be 4 inches of concrete. So once you get the gravel in here and get 4 inches, it's going to be up probably this high. So we don't want a 4-inch drop here. So we'll take some of this material, which is just, there's dirt in here, but there's a lot of cement. And we'll start removing this and then just building a very small ramp to go up to meet the concrete. And I think I've mentioned this way back, but this is not going to be a completely poured concrete going all the way down for a couple reasons. One, cost. That's a lot of concrete to go as wide as we need all the way down to the gate. So we're going to do 2 50-centimeter concrete with gravel in between, and then we'll see how we dress up either side. So 2 50 cm strips of concrete going all the way down to the gate. So that's the way we're going to do it. So we need a little bit of dirt here to go up because we don't want to have it come flat and then have to turn up and be a little bit of a ramp to go up and top on the carport. So we're going to leave a little bit of material by design. That's why there's a little hump here. And we'll pull this back, and it would be, call it just a really slight ramp. And then we'll build up, starting right here, the 50 cm, 2 strips. And we'll measure my truck tires to the center of each tire, and then put that as the base going all the way down. So now that Jernell has this area ready, next up is the steps for Wilma's garden. So here in the garden area, that's where the front entrance will be. So here is the garden area here, and the rock wall. And this is where we left an opening, and we're going to have concrete steps here. So we're just starting. We spent about 10 minutes on this right before lunch. So you can see we got some snap lines going up. So that's how wide the steps will be. So from snap line to snap line, it's 160 centimeters wide. And now we're doing the math of how many feet up and how many feet deep. I think it's 11 feet deep, 6 feet high. So we're going to go ahead and do that math and get how many rises we need. I think we're going with 12-inch steps and probably 10-inch rises, maybe 9-inch rises. So we'll go ahead and do that math and get that calculated, and then we're going to start digging this out and getting it together. Then we'll line it with stone, and then I believe what we're going to do, Jernell and I, we're going to build 2 forms and nail them together. So we can do pour 2 steps at a time, starting at the bottom, working to the top. So we're going to work on that today. Do you guys remember the 3-inch pipe that we buried in this rock that has that 45 and goes down? And remember, we cut that off, and we're going to use the piece to make weep holes in the front of the fence. Take a look at the power of the sun. So this is that pipe. Now this is pipe that's been in the house, so it has not seen the sun. So this is the pipe. Remember, we cut it off, and we're going to use this to create the weep holes in the fence. So we'll cut this off and put that wire mesh on either end and bury it in the fence. So when and if any water goes down, it'll actually go through the fence and out into the roadway. But what I wanted to show you is this pipe has been sitting here on the bar area of the pool for what, maybe 10 days now in the sun, about 10 days. And take a look how much it faded from just the same type of pipe, just smaller, that's been in the house. So that is the power of the sun. Now it's been It's been cloudy here for a couple weeks. You guys know that. In and out of clouds every day. So not even full sun. And just look how it faded this PVC in just 10 days. Pretty amazing. All right, here's a good look at the transfer switch going in. So this orange here is the main line coming in. And then this is the 100 amp. So it'll be hooked. And then this is the going to the main panel, which will also be hooked. And then this is the circuit breaker going to the generator. So the main line is already buried, but the line coming for the generator will go down here, and then will be buried in conduit, and will come over to this area because this is where the generator will be. So you can see that BD's working on transfer switch today. As you guys know, I got very lucky with the relaxed khaki as it relates to the floor and how it all matches. So remember, I also bought the master bedroom paint, and that's sand dune. So are you guys ready to see some sand dune? All right, so here's the brown floor. Now, as dirty as it is with all the concrete on it, but there is the first look of sand dune. So here is relaxed khaki, and here is sand dune. Now we're going for darker for the bedroom because the floor is that wood plank look. Ceramic tile, but it looks like wood planks, and it's filthy, but it'll clean up nice. But here's the first look at sand dune. So this is the base, and then this is the first coat of the sand dune. Wilma gives it 2 thumbs up. So I think I hit 2 home runs in a row. So we like it. Actually, this color right here, as Wilma just reminded me, was one of our spare bedrooms in New York. She says this looks like a perfect match to one of our spares in New York. So we like it, and no turning back now. So we got a visit today from actual architect with all his crew. So I asked him if he wanted to be interviewed, and he said not yet. So I'm not going to do any close-ups, but he's here just looking at the build with his guys and just seeing if there's any recommendations. Didn't take PD long to get this in place. Took some time to get it all chipped out, but you can see he's got his first coating cement around to hold it all in place. So it seems like today he's working on the transfer switch here for the generator. All right, so in real time, this took about an hour, a little over an hour. I'm going to say hour and 15 minutes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps, and then 1 up to the, so I'd call it 8 steps. What we're doing is we're getting ready to make the forms now. So these are 9.5 inch high steps, which happens to be the exact same number of inches these steps will be once it's fixed. Because you guys recall that these are all different sizes, and then it's all going to be redone at 9.5 inches. So we found this form, we measured it, and it was right at 9.5 inches. So we're going to start making the forms now, and then we'll start layering in some rock, and then we may get the first step poured today. But I'll go ahead and go down to the bottom and show you what it looks like from down there. Okay, so you can see the rough look of the stairs from down below. So we're not making a big deal about this. We're going to obviously put some rock in here. We're making the step 16 inches because the forms are going to be 3. So that'll take it down to 13 inches. And then we'll go ahead and pour it at 12-inch steps. So that's why we're making them a little wider, because of the width of the forms itself. But we're just in the beginning phases. It's break time. Beginning phases of creating the form. So it's going to be 2 steps at once. And then we're going to have to come in here with some gravel. And then what we'll do is we're going to have the concrete be I believe 2 or 3 inches thick. So the concrete in essence will come this way and down for each step. We'll pour one step at a time. We're not going to put rebar in here or anything like that. We're just going to put gravel and then 3 inches of concrete. It's only going to be us walking on it, and we should get the first step in today. Oh, you want to get in that water, go for a swim?
Let's see, what's the boss doing over here? What are you doing there?
Pouring our first step.
Oh, for my garden?
Yeah, for the garden.
Okay. And you have your assistant here, Philip.
Around here somewhere, I'm sure.
Philip, are you helping?
So we set this for 2 steps, but we decided to do 1 step at a time, just because there's a lot of rock in here that we'll actually have to go over, which is good. It's going to be a firm base. And we did decide to put some rebar in, so we laid some rebar in horizontally. And then we used quite a bit of the large rock, and we got that all in place. And now we're going around just doing the first step. So it's going to be 12 inches deep, the step, and we went with 9.5 inches deep, high. So 12 inches deep, 9.5 inches high.
Sounds good.
So we're right up against 5 p.m. Look at my shorts.
You're working.
Look how filthy I am.
You're working today.
But we wanted to get, you can see how we got the rough of the steps.
Yes.
So we got that done, and we want to get 1 step in today. And then, you know, basically every day we'll probably do 2 steps, and we'll be done in a couple of days. But we're actually making them 16 inches long. So each step will have a 3-inch overlap when we do it. So when we pour the next step, it'll overlap the dry concrete by 3 inches. So that's the plan. I got to keep up because I'm behind.
Well, you got Philip there. Follow you everywhere. Philip, are you helping? Huh? It's 5:30. What are you doing there?
Just wrapping up. We didn't want to stop. We wanted to get the first step in, and we went extra thick with it. And we did a footing for tomorrow as well while we're at it.
Oh, okay.
At the same level as this step, so we'll have a nice footing for the second step. Because remember, it'll overlap by 3 inches. But the video is going to be a little late tonight, guys. Because we want to get this done. The first step, we didn't want to stop midway. And just going now, we've been putting levels on it, so it's level. So now just doing the finished grade. Then we're going to call it a night. It's a garden step, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's level, and it's definitely thick enough concrete for sure. So after this is done, it's going to be Greg and Journell Landscaping, LLC, Incorporated, and we're going to go in the greater Dumaguete area and offer our services of all types of landscaping needs. Whatever you need, Journell and I can offer it. So we just got to talk through, is it Greg and Journell Landscaping or Journell and Greg Landscaping? We haven't figured that out yet. We're still under negotiations. All right, so it's 5:45, just got done with the steps, and looks like PD was able to get the finished cement around. And he is starting to connect some of this type 6 wire. And looks like he's got now the conduit down, which will come from the generator down. And he's got it buried in the dirt. And then it's coming up right here. So, because this is where the generator will be. So he did get that done today. So he still has, obviously have to fill this in with cement and pull the wire, the 6-type wire to go to the generator. But he's definitely making some progress here on the transfer switch. An evening look at sand dune. It's a nice color. What do you think, Sandy? All right, so I haven't seen Pino all day. He's starting to like water. So that's a good sign. He ate so much today. Remember he didn't eat good the other day? But today, geez, he ate most of what we brought up. Because Philip here was so busy following me around. But Pino ate a lot today. So I'm not sure if the guys fed him in the morning that morning or not, but you know, we were just a little concerned. But today, Pino ate a lot, right, boy? What about you, Philip? One happy family.